Welcome to the Own It Sister podcast with the amazing life coach, Sarah Oxendine.
What's up, everybody? How are you? Aloha, my friends. All right, so today we are talking about lovability. And I think this is such a really good topic because it's important to understand that whether someone else is capable of loving us or not has nothing to do with you. Okay? If you were raised and your mother didn't love you, that had nothing to do with you and your ability to be loved and your lovability. Okay? You are 100% worthy of all of the love available in existence. You are worthy of that right now, in your past, and forevermore. And there is nothing you or anyone else can ever do to change that. Because you are a human on planet Earth, you are 100% worthy of all of the love. Okay? You don't have to earn it. It's just yours to have. And so that's why I want to talk about this. Because so many of us judge whether or not we are lovable, we are worthy of love, or if we're capable of being loved by what other people say and do. Right? So let's just say, for someone who has had a mother who did not love them as a child and still doesn't, it would be very justified and easy for them to think, something must just be wrong with me. Like I just must not be lovable. And I want to tell you this, that is a lie. It is the only thing that it is that your mother is not capable of loving you because of her own stuff. And another thing I want to point out, you don't even need to work on forgiving her for not being able to love you. There's nothing to forgive. She isn't capable of loving. She isn't capable of loving you. And nothing's wrong with you. You're amazing and you're wonderful and you're 100% worthy of all the love out in the world for you to get. Like some people don't like the ocean. They don't like the beach. They don't like the sunshine. What? Doesn't make any sense. They just don't like it. Is anything wrong with the ocean, the beach, the sunshine? No, it's flipping amazing. Some people don't like the mountains. Some people don't like waterfalls, right? Like, what? But some people just don't. Nothing's wrong with the mountains. Nothing's wrong with the waterfalls. Nothing's wrong with the ocean or the beach or the sun. They're all wonderful and amazing. But some people just don't like them. And yet you look at those things and they're beautiful and we love them. And it doesn't make sense why some people wouldn't love them, right? So this is, of course, different because you are human and you have a mother and you probably have thoughts like, but she should love me. Mothers should love their children. I just want to remind you, thinking the thought that she should is causing you a lot of pain. Thinking the thought, I shouldn't need to forgive her because she should just love me. That's what mothers should do. That's causing you a lot of pain. All mothers shouldn't love their children. How do we know? Because your mother doesn't love you. And that doesn't make you not lovable. You are amazing. You are wonderful and you are absolutely lovable. It means that some things have happened in your mother's past that has distorted her thoughts in her head to think that to cause her to, for some reason, believe that she doesn't love her child. Maybe she was abused in her past. Maybe she's never been loved by any parent, so she doesn't know how. Maybe, there are reasons for her, and most likely not even her choice. Most likely it's things that have happened to her, things that she has learned behavior. Now, for some reason, that mother is not capable of loving her child. Now, is the child totally justified to think terrible things about her mother? Of course, we'd be like, yeah, no wonder. But here's what I want to tell to the child. That's a terrible way to live. You could just choose to love your mom anyways. You could just choose to know, you know what? My mom's not capable of loving me. That sucks. But I don't need my mom to love me because I love me. And I know that I'm lovable. I don't need her love to show me that I am. Okay? Now, is that work for you? Yes. But what I want you to know is it is possible. Okay? It is possible. So often we just decide that, other people and our circumstances and what people say and how they treat us, that determines whether or not we are lovable. That is a lie. Other people have nothing to do with our lovability. Everything you do has nothing to do with your lovability. You are just lovable already right now without having to do anything. Ever. You don't have to earn your lovability. You just are lovable. It's amazing. It's incredible. And so often we decide that we're not lovable, that we're not worthy, we're not enough. And then when someone tries to give us love, we reject it. Okay? Now let me tell you this. When you're rejecting love, it is not because you're not lovable. It is because you believe you're not worthy of their love. Is that the truth? No, my friend, it is not the truth. You are worthy. And choosing to reject good love, wonderful, true, amazing, pure love, is causing you a lot of pain. And it is unnecessary. You do not need to punish yourself because someone else in your past didn't think you were lovable or didn't love you. Someone in your past didn't love you. And whether it's a mom, a grandma, a father, an auntie, an uncle, whoever, that has nothing to do with you. It had everything to do with them and their inability to love you. So my suggestion is let it go. And I'm not suggesting it's easy, but I'm suggesting you could just decide like, oh snap, like it had nothing to do with me. I am whole. I am lovable. I am worthy of love. I'm capable 100% just as I am. And even if these people say that I'm not, they are wrong, and let them be wrong about you. Okay? Because that is not the truth. So first of all, everyone is lovable. Every human on planet Earth is 100% lovable just as they are. It doesn't matter what they do. We don't have to earn it. They just are. Okay? Now, but our ability to love other people depends on our ability to receive love, accept love, and how we feel about ourselves. And they're actually very connected with what we think our worthiness is. Okay? So if we feel like we are unworthy of being loved, someone is going to try to love us and we are going to push them away. Someone is going to be kind to us and we're going to be mean. Someone is going to be there for us and we're going to sabotage the relationship. Okay? So you may see this in, here's an example. Maybe this is you. Maybe this is someone that you know. If it's not you, for sure we all know someone like this. Where, let's say if it's you, maybe you have thoughts and feelings like, why is it I'm always attracting like losers? Why am I always attracting jerks? Why am I always attracting cheaters and liars and people who are abusive? Why do I attract these type of people? And why am I always in relationships with these type of people? And what I want to offer is you are choosing those type of people. And why is that? My guess would be that you are very comfortable with being in relationships that are drama and chaotic like that. And it could be that you grew up with seeing your mother in relationships like that, or your grandma, whoever raised you, in relationships like that. Maybe your you know, maybe your dad was not nice to you, or, you know what I'm like, when we're choosing unhealthy relationships over and over and over, it is because we are comfortable in that territory. We feel like we know how to navigate that because we have been in it for a long time. And then we are in this cycle of bad relationship breakup, and we're like, what the flip, man? And the only way to change that is you have to lean in to the love. You have to lean in to the nice humans. You have to open up to people being kind to you. You have to decide that certain actions and behaviors are unacceptable, and you just are done. Like for me, cheating, unacceptable. Hitting, unacceptable. Lying to me, unacceptable. Like, no. And you know what's so interesting? I mean, not to say that I've never been cheated on. I have. I'm not in that relationship anymore. But we set the standard for what we allow. Okay? And if our level of what we feel we are worthy of, the amount of love, is at a very low vibration, at a low love level, then we are going to let all of this bad behavior in. We're just going to let it all in, right? And we're just going to be like, oh, and a lot of times it's because that's what we've seen, okay? But you can change that. You can change that at any moment. You can decide that certain behaviors are not acceptable and you will not tolerate them because you are worth it. And this is going to take some work inside of yourself. Like, you're going to have to build yourself up here. But it's doable. Like, you can totally do this. You can make that happen. But it's going to feel very uncomfortable. So love is like, it's kind of like a muscle, okay? I would like it, let's just call it the love muscle. And just like your physical muscles, in order for them to grow, you have to like do physical exercises, right? Like, you got to work those muscles in order for them to grow. You know, you got to do those push-ups, do those squats, do those burpees, run, swim. Like, you got to do the things, jump rope. You got to do the things. And then your muscles will physically grow. Same as with your love capacity to love and to be loved. Okay. Now, your lovability never changes. You are always lovable. But even when you are lovable, and it just is, if you don't allow people to love you, you aren't benefiting from being lovable. Even though you are, just as you are, but you're not benefiting because you're pushing it away. So yes, it will be very uncomfortable because it's new territory. And it's just like working any other muscle in the body. It takes practice, it takes effort, and it's work. It's going to be uncomfortable and sometimes painful because you are learning how to navigate and how to open up to new territory. In this case, it's the love territory. And what's funny is you guys, love is like the best feeling ever. We all want to be loved. We all love love. But like really being capable of holding mass amounts of love and giving mass amounts of love takes work on your part. You have to grow your capacity to be able to handle that. You have to grow your love muscle. Okay? So here's how you do it. So let's just say, and you know what? I'm going to tell one more example. Let's say in your relationship, right? So we've talked about a mother who can't love, and that lovability, like, right, that has nothing to do with the child. Child is amazing and totally lovable. That has to do with the mother. Okay. Then we talked about if you're so those were both two super extremes. The two examples that I gave are very extreme. But if you're not in any of those, or you don't know anyone, this may be you. And in fact, for sure, somewhere in your life it is. Whether it's with your husband or with a sister or with your mother or with your father, some relationship that you have, you will notice that there will be these love like barrier that you'll get to, right? It'll be like you've hit your max of being loved and it just starts to feel super uncomfortable, and then you end up sabotaging. So for me, the place that I see this the most is actually in my marriage with my husband. Like, we're both super strong-willed. I'm an alpha, he's an alpha. I can be a bit mouthy. He can be bossy. I guess I can be bossy too, but whatever. And we're very passionate, and I love our relationship. He is my everything for sure. But I will notice that we will hit these love, bump, these love top caps. And so what happens is, let's say we've had a few days and just it's been so much love and just so much affection and so much kindness and giving and taking, just everything's been so good. And then one of us will pick a fight, and it's whoever hits their love cap first. Okay. So let's say it's me. All of a sudden, he does something, and we've been super just in this love amazingness. But then maybe he'll maybe I asked him to do something and he didn't, finish it. Right? Maybe it's hey, take out the trash. And then I come home and I see the trash and I'm and for some reason, and of course, it's just because everything's so amazing that my ability to accept any more love is at a max. And so to get back down to my comfort zone, I sabotage it. So now I'm what the frick? I thought you said you're going to take the trash out. And he's what the? And then it just turns into this about anything, any silly little thing. So we hit these love caps, and it's not his fault. And it's not my fault when he's the one who picks it. It's that I have literally hit my limit of being able to handle him loving me anymore. I don't know how. And so here's what you do, okay? And this is allowing people to love you. You just have to open up. So here's what it would look like in that situation. Let's say we've been doing, no fighting at all, and just super love. Just the love's been strong. And then I see that trash hasn't been taken out. And for some reason, I am just raging about it. I just want to be Instead, I notice it and I'm oh, snap. Okay. I see, brain. I see what you're doing here. You're trying to sabotage my loveness. Let's just grow this love. So I got to open my heart up. And it feels very uncomfortable. And it seems so weird that it would feel uncomfortable, but it does. It feels very uncomfortable because it's more than what you're used to. But you gotta just stop, and you don't say the thing. You don't say the thing that's making you snap. And you take a breath, and you take a minute, and you just choose on purpose, deliberately, to not snap and to choose to love anyways. And to just, I'm gonna let that trash go. This is not a big deal. We are on this awesome love trip. I'm going to open my heart, and I'm just going to allow myself to feel even more love than I'm comfortable with. And in that moment, as you're feeling uncomfortable, and it could be painful, but you're choosing it anyways, and you're not saying the thing that you want to say. So you're not acting on the negative side. You noticed it, you're aware, you don't act, you open your heart, and you on purpose choose to love anyways. Choose to allow him to love you anyways. So this could be with your mother. Maybe you hit a certain with her, and instead of snapping, I'm just going to love her right now. Right? Maybe it's with a sister or a brother. And you just let go of those tendencies to hold you where you've been. And you'll choose to let it go. And you choose to push through this upper limit of love. That is, your capacity is here, but now you're going to go through the pain and the uncomfort, and you're going to push it up, and it's going to grow a little bit. And you're going to keep doing these things, okay? If you have a child that is just harder for you to connect with, then I encourage you to be uncomfortable and connect anyways. Take them on a date. Do something special. Listen when you want to tell them to shut their mouth, right? Like, don't do it. Don't tell them, okay, listen, kid, I need you to just shut your mouth right now. Like, I can't handle it. No, you don't do that. What you do is you sit and you listen longer. Even when inside you're like, duh, duh, duh. You're like, yes. And it's going to be very uncomfortable. But your capacity to love is growing. So you do it. It's like lifting weights. It's like staying in plank. That extra 15 seconds, you just do it. And you become stronger. Your love muscle will become stronger. And you can do this with your relationship with yourself, practicing on loving yourself, allowing people to love you, allowing yourself to love others, even when you want to like cap that because you're at your limit of love. The only way to grow it is to feel uncomfortable, is to lean into it, to feel the pain of uncomfort, allow your love to grow. And I promise you that as you practice this, your ability to love will grow. Your ability to be loved will grow, and that's the best. That's the best. This can be a painful process, and it can be very hard. But let me tell you, the work is so worth it. My friend, you're 100% lovable just as you are. There is nothing that you need to do to change. There's nothing anyone can do to you to make you not lovable. You are lovable. And what I want to end with is, let's see if I can, I want to remind you that example of if you have a mother who doesn't love you, or anyone who doesn't love you, I just want to remind you that is not you. And hold on, I'm going to scroll to the end of my notes because I wanted to read you my last thing. It says, all of those in your life who have not been able to love you in the ways you needed, remember this was not your fault. This was simply their inability to love. Okay? Had nothing to do with you. Had nothing to do with you. Okay? So lovability, you guys, we all are 100% already have it. We're already lovable. It's just whether we are capable of allowing others to love us, or are we capable of giving that love? We can grow that. So some essential oils you can use to help you feel more loving are rose, geranium, marjoram, forgive, and pink pepper. Some oils to help you use to help you feel loved: frankincense, rose, breathe, myrrh, bergamot, marjoram, manuka, and beautiful. And the way you can use those oils, you could put them right under here. You could put them in the crease of your arm. You could put them, here. Perfume, you really want to breathe it in. You can diffuse it. I would for sure put it over your heart, 100% over the heart. Third eye, over your solar plex. Just on your chest. Get those oils on you, especially when you're feeling like, if you need to feel more loved, you put those oils on you. And, rose is a really good one, and rose is for loving and feeling loved. It's in both of those categories. So if you don't have rose, I highly suggest it. It's very healing, and it can do wonders for helping change the heart and grow the capacity to love and to be loved. So this is my jam, you guys. I am a life coach, and I work one-on-one with people, and I help them, women. So if you know someone else who would benefit from my podcast, please make sure that you send it to them. If you have not yet, please like and subscribe, and click that bell notification so you'll get notified when every Wednesday is when I release a new podcast episode. Have an amazing day. And remember, you are lovable just as you are. And there is nothing anyone can do about it. Nobody can take that from you, sister. Nobody. Have an amazing day. Remain unaltered. And if you want to work with me one-on-one, I have a new program starting in July. More towards like the end of July. Let me know. My number is in the notes below. Give me a call and let's see if we're a good fit. Have an amazing day and own it, sister.